So now you grab your images, you go to details. It's 1500 by 775. In this case, I just want to set it up in the front viewport. So go grab an image plane. Don't worry about the size for now. Just go to your properties. I'm going to kill all the detail, make sure it's centered. Right click at the bottom. So if this is off, just go to the little up and down arrow and right click and zero it out. I'm going to call this front for now. And I'm going to drag and drop the image. At the moment, the dimensions are entirely wrong. But I'm just going to drag and drop for now. It's 15 by 775. So I'm going to go 775 by 1500. Hopefully I put it in the right. Yes, I did. That was luck. There we go. Now we need to actually cut this up. So I'm going to go to my front view. I'm going to kill my grid for now because it's just overpowering. Right click and say convert to poly. Grab the edges. We need to add 2 rows of detail, but I'm going to start by adding one and then the other. So drag top to bottom. Go connect once. I'm just going to slide it to where I want it, just next to the mask. That's fine. Okay. Drag top to bottom. Connect. Then once again, drag it over until there. I'm going to duplicate it now. Control V and call it side. Go to the poly mode, and I know this is side, so I'm going to delete everything else but the side. Make sure you don't make it an instance like I just did. Make unique if you do, because then you're going to start deleting things that you don't want to delete. Let's grab the front one and delete the side. At the moment, the pivot is in the middle of both of them. You don't want it. You want the pivot to be independent to each shape. So you want it to be in the center of that one and the center of that one. Drag both of them. Go to your hierarchy tab, which is next to your modify. There's a hierarchy tab here. Click on it. Say affect pivot. Make sure it's blue before you do anything else. Set it to object. Turn it off again. And now each one will be in the middle of each. Rotate this one. This one needs to be a side. So go to your W is translate. If you look up here, R is scale. Rotate, and W-E-R-E is rotate, R is scale. That's it. W, translate, E, rotate, R scale. So now we're going to rotate it, but make sure the angle snap is on. You'll notice there's a number at the bottom here. It'll go minus 25, 30. I'm going to make sure it snaps to minus 90. And then I'm going to place it. There we go. Top view, and just go and place it where the other one is. The key is just to place it off to the side. It doesn't have to be dead center of that object because we don't need it to be. All we want to do is have the reference there. And I'm going to move this back, and I'm going to place it in the center. Okay, and above the ground, if you can, which are those 2 solid lines, just pick the horizontal one and keep it up. Okay. Now that you've set it up, you get this ugly shadow. Please go to where, when it's realistic, is highlighted in yellow. Right click and say shaded, because when you're modeling, you don't want that to be there. Once again, right click, object properties, turn show frozen off in gray, so then when the moment I freeze it, it doesn't disappear. Gray. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to create this into panels. As you can see, I'm going to create this top piece over here, just below the eye, into one panel. This part here into one panel, the chin a separate panel, the side cheek a separate panel. But let's start off with the top piece. I'm not going to go into crazy detail. And what I mean is I'm not going to go and chamfer every single edge. I need to go clean it up. I'm not going to go and make the edges clean, but you'll see what I mean. I'm going to quickly unfreeze because I don't like the shadow side falling on the side of the model, so I'm just going to quickly flip it under the mirror tool. Then freeze it again, because now I've got the clean area, so I can actually see what's going on. I'm going to start with the plane, just one plane. I want to cover every form of modeling. There is no right or wrong. I'm going to place it in the center. Bring my grid back online so I know it's the center. And I'm going to move it up. I'm going to adjust the dimensions, so I'm going to go width to the corner. What I'm trying to get is to that corner of the plate there. So just I'm not going to get it 100% accurate. Go to your left view. Press L is left view. F is front view. T is top view. I'm going to go straight to the left. Once again, I'm going to try to get it to the corner of the eye over here. And now I'm going to cut it down the middle. So convert it to a poly, right click, go straight to the bottom where it says convert to poly. Grab edges, grab the top edge, control, hold the bottom edge, and connect once. Go to poly mode, it's either 4 or click the actual image and delete the other half. We're going to start by adding the symmetry already. So click on, drop down, type in SYM to find it in the list. We'll go straight to symmetry. Click flip so you can actually flip it. Because otherwise it is flipping it, but you don't see it. So you just have to make sure it's flipped. And then add a smooth. Let's say of 2 for now. And let's start modeling. Now we don't have enough details, so we'll just go into the vert mode and work with what we have. I'm going to bring this down to the lowest point over there. Bring these down to the point over there. Don't forget you're working in 3D and in 2D. So now I'm going to bring it to that edge, to the middle edge. I'm going to go to the left view and realize that everything's entirely off. So go to the front, bring the middle ones to the front of the head, because that's what you're doing. Please try to think as if you were actually going to model. I'm going to move this back one to this line over here. You'll notice if you love cars or you're not even a car lover, everything's got contours. That is one line. It's an obvious contour. Stick to it. So we're going to stick to it. We're going to bring this back there. And let's see what it looks like. So far it should be relatively flat. Smoothened but flat. There's not much to it. I did that by mistake, so let's move it back. Okay, now let's go to the front view and see where we can add detail. Let's go and add 2 rows of detail. One for that there and one for up there. But we could start off by just grab the top, hold control, grab the bottom, connect. There's a little box next to it. Click connect and go and say I want 2 rows of detail. Click the tick, switch to vert, which is 1, or click the button, and now I'm going to bring this to that corner. Just slide it over until about there. And now you can see this is flat. We need to get this shaping out. So grab it down. If you want to see what the smooth and its symmetry look like, there's a little tab, little button next to what looks like a pin. Right next to it, it says show end result. Just tick it on. If your machine can handle it, leave it on so then you can see what you're shaping. Please don't forget you got multiple views. It might look beautiful from the front, but from the top it looks flat and boring. You can see that's a perfect straight edge. I'm sure the mask was never designed to be flat. Drag and select them both. Go to the top view and shape it. Always think multiple angles. Always. Okay, now we got that. Let's just extend that piece. Grab your edge tool or press 2 on the keyboard. Grab that edge and that edge. Hold shift to duplicate. And duplicate. I'm going to rotate by pressing E to rotate. W to select, and then just go into your vert mode and once again start adjusting it. There we go. Put that into the middle because we got a little cutout screw there that we know that we're going to have to cut out later. I'm not going to cut it out now. Go to your left view and you'll notice that it's not actually working at all. Drag select them all. First of all, that line needs to follow, so follow that line. This one needs to follow that line. That's why I pick hard surface, so you can actually start seeing, okay, wait, that's what it's doing. Everything, even a character has form, shape, and lines. So there we go. Go to the left view and you can see that it's not exactly beautiful. So we need to just give it more shape. So I'm going to just add more detail. So I'm going to quickly go and say, select those edges, select one and click ring, drag, select whatever makes you happy. I'm going to connect only once, because we just need to round it off. You can see on the reference image, mine's pretty flat. Let's go and actually shape it. And round it off. Just make sure that we're still following the concept art. I'm going to drag and select those edges on the top. Select the first one, click ring. Connect only once. Just make sure your edges are following. There we go. That panel for me is not done, but at least it's done for now. Okay. What I might do now is just quickly finish off the side, bring that down, and then be good to go. Let's grab these edge verts because you want to create that little eyepiece there. Eyelid, whatever you call it. Double click it. It'll select the whole edge loop. Hold shift, bring it down. Once again, start shaping it to get it right. See if it looks fine in the front view. It slightly goes down because it's trying to create an expressive brow. There we go. Go to the left view and see if it's working. Nope, needs to be more. Now you notice that this needs to be more of a, at the moment it rounds off nicely, it's soft. You want it to be quite a hard edge, like this. Okay, so we're going to go and say, I'm not going to do that yet, because we need to add detail, so I'm just going to carry on and then we'll worry about that edge detail. I'm going to grab this edge over here, extend it. Or you can grab the other one. Double click on this, we'll grab the entire edge. I don't need this with it, not for now, but you can. It really makes no difference. Just start shaping it again. This will go to the corner, because that's what I wanted to do. You can do whatever. I'm just trying to keep the edge loops running decently. And the edge loop is this line here. Keep that in mind. That's a nice line. That's nice. This line will follow through and end off there. Just try to follow it. That cut through. Where would you want it to end? There. This one. There. Okay. Then you got nice lines. 1, 2, 3. Just keep the. I know it sounds weird, but keep the lines going nicely. It'll benefit you more than anyone else in the end. And then once again, check in every view to see if it's going round and not staying flat, because you might have it looking beautiful in one view and entirely flat in the other. Okay, let's extend this little panel. Grab it, just that edge, hold shift, go to your vert mode and just keep moving it until you're happy with where it's placed. There we go, it's nice there and there. It's too soft now, you'll notice it. We need a hard ridge over there, and we need a hard ridge over there. So let's start off by adding this hard ridge over here. So go click on this and go ring. You want to add a row of detail close to this line where the mouse is sitting. This line over here, close to that one. So let's go and say ring, connect once. Shift it all the way as close as you can to that edge. Connect. And do the same thing on the other side. Click ring. Shift the point as close to that edge, because the closer you get to that edge, the more of a nice pinch you're going to get. Let's show it off. You can see it. There we go. Let's do the same thing with the front brow. In this case, I'm just going to double click on it and show you another method to do it. Instead of connecting, you can also chamfer it. So I'm going to chamfer it once with one row of detail down the middle. So there we go. Maybe a little bit wider so it's not so tight. Then now you got that edge and that edge. I don't like this so much in the corner here. It's too much of a pinch. So you might just have to go and tweak that a little bit. So let's go to the left view and fix it up. Bring this maybe out towards there. So I'll leave it in the final mode so you can see what it's doing. I just want to make it pinch less, especially there. I don't mind it on the edge there, but it doesn't work so well over there. So let's go keep that at least one edge so we can get it nice and smooth. Okay, let's leave it for now. Now I'm getting too picky. There we go. That's the top. We'll call it forehead or brow, whatever, panel. I don't give any panels thickness for now at all, because I'm going to use a shell, which is what a shell does is if I go to the bottom here and say SHE, I'll turn off the smooth, you can see that I can actually give it thickness. So you can give your panels thickness afterwards. Don't worry about that for now. It's absolutely a waste of time. Okay, as you can see, I screwed up on the perspective, so let's actually go and fix it up. On the front view, it shouldn't be that flat. It should actually follow that panel. So let's go fix it up. It's good to make mistakes because then you learn from them. Okay, so let's go to the front view and adjust it. There we go. Just deselect. I'm going to quickly just turn off the smooth so we can follow the line. Coming up. This one's too. There we go. And then we bring it along there, and maybe bring this one slightly lower. bring this one in because we want it to sort of be a straight line. Just double click and actually make it straight. Scale to make it straight, and we can adjust it afterwards. Okay. There we go. That's better. Okay, I'm going to duplicate this panel. Don't have to start from scratch. I'm going to call this math panel. The reason why I'm using this one is it's got the right amount of detail and I can just continue it down. So I'm going to grab this edge over here, double click it, just to grab these faces. Hold it down and create it. Grab the polygons, select the ones you want to keep, or Control I, and delete what you don't want to keep. I'm going to leave the eye for last. What I'm trying to do here is create this little part that comes around here. So let's just start shifting it around again. Bring it down, make it flat, because this part of the nose. Bring this in there slightly. Bring these down. This one will have to actually slightly move there. Bring this one to create that little corner there in. Let's bring that to the corner there. Bring this one to the middle. And now these lines are going to run is horizontally, they're going to run curved and then straight. Because of this nice edge here for his cheek, you're going to have to run some horizontal, slightly angular but horizontal. But I'll show you now. Grab edges. I'm going to grab this edge. I will have to fix all of it up afterwards because I know it's going to end the same way the other one is. So let's just go and shift this over and say, there we go. It ends off on that cheek. So let's bring it to that beginning of that part of the cheek because we want it to actually work, the lines to follow through properly. You'll see what I mean. There's a nice line there. Follow that through there. Nice line. Follow it through there. Okay. Let's grab that edge again. Bring it up. We will have to adjust all of this in the top view and every other view. Let's go check the front view. Bring it out. The easiest thing for this is just go and follow the other one that you have. There we go. And the same with this one. Follow this one in. Okay. It's not too bad. Let's see what it looks like. Smoothened. Okay, it's getting there. Okay, I want to bring this a little bit lower because we don't need that much detail running that way. And just start, in this case we don't need the nose to actually pinch that much, just start spreading that line. Once again, double click, because now we need this line to come down here. Double click it, hold shift, and let's bring the whole edge through. Bring this in the front view. Let's do it front view and then we'll worry about the side view. Bring this. You'll notice what I mean by edges. Now I want this nice edge to follow straight down. Follow it through. Follow this one nicely. This one can go straight down. Follow it through. This one can go straight to the corner. This one can go straight down to the middle. Okay. Let's try to keep this going neat. Flatten it. Now let's go check the left view because I'm sure we're going to have to fix up a lot of things. Yes, we do. There we go. Bring this straight to the edge of that line. This one. And you can see, I don't like this wonkiness of here where the line goes straight down. This one over here. I don't like it going down and out because that's going to smoothen like that. So let's just try to keep it straight. Follow it through. Follow that line through. This one can follow straight down. This one's going to have to go there slightly. This is going to have to go back. Just try to follow the edges with your eye. Each thing has got a line. Let's try to keep a nice curve going because now there's a nice curve going, so we'll just keep the curve going with it. You can see there's a curve, goes around. Let's try to keep this curve going as well. Let's do the smoothen results, see what it looks like. See what it looks like in perspective. And then most importantly, don't forget the top. It's looking too flat. Okay, so once again, let's go and fix it up. Grab this. Bring it out. You can see what it was like before is it's getting too kinked in. You don't want that. You want to give it some substance. Not all of them need to move perfectly forward. Just keep an eye on what it's doing. Same as that one. Just keep it going slightly forward. Okay. Double check the other view. Because of those alterations, I have to bring it back again down. Remember, the more detail you add, you'll still have to reshape it over and over. Welcome to modeling. It's fun. But unfortunately, to get accuracy, you have to keep going every viewport and double checking you haven't made a mistake. The worst thing in modeling is when you think you know what you're looking at. Just rather shut your brain off and just let your hand do the modeling. It doesn't look like my front and my side line up perfectly, so I'm going to stick to one or the other. Okay, there we go. At the moment, it rounds off. We can go fix that by actually adding detail right on that corner. But for now, I'm going to leave it as it is and continue the rest of the head. So I'm going to go to the left side and continue making this edge over here. So I'm going to grab those sides, Control, add, hold Shift to duplicate. Once again, I'm going to go Alt X to show the wireframe, bring this to that corner, bring this over there so we can keep this edge going nicely. This will have to come down there. This one will be that corner. This will be that corner. Now we have to go to the front view and make sure that everything's lining up. Bring this one out. Just slightly. Just double check that this one's actually running properly. Yes, it is. And bring this one in. And that one slightly. Once again, check what it looks like in 3D. As you can see, my middle faces aren't lining up because they're not dead center, so I'm just going to quickly make them flat and move them slightly. Okay, it's getting there. Let's create that nice little ridged cheek line. So double click on that line. First, let's make sure everything's right before I do it, and then realize, oh, wow, it looks terrible. Because you can see that we might have an issue because it's not exactly following the shaded view version underneath. So let's try to get it as close as possible. Okay, let's grab that line. Make sure it's only the cheek and not just the mouth, just the cheek. Chamfer it only once. You'll notice I've created a little ridge line. Okay, now you can see this creates a nice little cheek. Awesome. We might have to bring that in slightly so we can emphasize it. There we go. But for now, I'm leaving it as it is. It's more than enough. Okay. Okay. Let's now once again duplicate this panel. I'm going to call it chin. Another reason why I do it is I know where to start and end off the mesh. In this case, I want to start with just the bottom piece. So I'm going to grab this here and say Shift, grab this face only, Control I, and delete everything else. And then move this into place. Start off with the two top, middle corner, that corner over there, and bring this straight down to the bottom and to the corner. It's easier to add detail than to remove detail. Always remember that. And move this slightly back. I'm going to ignore that funny middle panel that we're not going to add yet. Okay. There we go. Now we're going to start with by grabbing this edge over here. I'm going to hide the other panels quickly so they don't get distracted. Let's go to the left panel. I'm going to grab this edge over here and hold Shift. Go to Vert mode by pressing 1 or clicking the icon and move this straight to the corner. Once again to that corner. Don't worry about the curve. Just about trying to get the shape there. Go to your front viewport and see if you need to line anything up. Okay, here we go. It's coming along nicely. Let's grab the edge again. Go to your left view. Pick any view. I like working to the left because it's the most, in this case, the panel is the easiest to see this one. Because I know it's going to be cut there later on. I'm not cutting it now. I'm going to move and add detail there. Literally where that cut is. The same as there's a cut over here. I will add a row of detail right there just to make sure that later on I can actually cut it without having to give myself headaches trying to add detail. Let's go fix that there. That's slightly, I'll leave that one there and move this down. Once again, check the front view to see if it's right, and it's wrong. It will always be wrong. Always check it to make sure that it's right. Once again, press L. I'm not going to switch out of the viewports to make just stay in one viewport and keep going. this edge, hold shift, and duplicate. You can keep holding shift until you've duplicated every edge you want. I like to keep it simple. Once again, go straight to that corner. I know it sounds weird just to keep doing it little by little, but it's a lot easier to control. Less to work with is more. Let's grab this straight to that edge. Bring this once again to that corner edge, and this to that corner edge. No matter even if there's a curve, don't worry about the curve for now. Okay, let's see if everything's fine. I'm sure in the front these need to move back, and the others below it. Corner. I'll fix that one up. I'm just trying to get them back into place. This one. There. Okay. Let's see what it looks like. It might be too smooth because we have to actually go and add edge detail, but let's get in there. Concepts there. Let's go and add that ridge detail in the front. So we'll double click on here because we need to actually add the edge detail there and there. So we might as well actually go and say chamfer. This might be too round, depending on no, it's actually round. Okay, let's go look in the left view and see if we just broke anything, and we did. But that's just because of the smooth, so we mustn't really stress too much about that. Once again, double chamfer this corner. The reason why we're chamfering is so we can get this as straight as humanly possible without having so much detail that moving it is going to be a nightmare. Okay. Okay, now let's go and finish off the rest of this panel. Actually, this is a separate panel. Let's go and add curve detail. So I'm going to connect 2 rows of detail. Ring, connect 2 rows. Twice. Turn the smooth on so we can actually see what the curve is looking like. Bring that one in. Okay. You can see that it's going too far out there. I suppose that's part of the art. Okay, let's see what it looks like. There we go. And hide all. There we go. We've got our 3 panels. These don't work to final because you want to be able to get the whole shape fleshed out first before you concentrate on details. Because the client can still see what it's going to look like if you show them that, if you've got every little bolt cut out and every little groove cut out. Okay, left view. I want to get accuracy here. What I'm going to do is create this panel all the way through here. I need to follow this earpiece quite accurately. So this is where my splines will come in very handy. Just go to your create tab, shapes, and grab a circle. And place it there. Just as a guide. So because I'm going to snap to it, I don't need these many points. I'm going to switch down to maybe 1. Let's see what 1 looks like. No, maybe 2. Okay, so we can at least snap to it. In the front view, it'll be made dead center. Please move it to where the concept says it is. It says it's about over there, so we'll place it about over there. It's just a guide. Remember, that's what all it really is. Let's hide these panels. I'm going to duplicate this panel. I'm going to call it jawline. Call it jawline. Call the panels whatever you want. I will probably name it later differently, but for now it'll work fine. Grab these edges over here. Bring it over. Don't worry about where they sit. Control I. I'm going to keep these panels I just duplicated. I'm just going to go Control I to delete what I don't want. The reason why I copied it is now it'll follow it nicely. So later on, when I need to make these cuts, it'll be easier to keep. Now we're going to automatically snap this to that. Go to your snap tools. Right click on any of these tools will bring up options. All of them. So when they actually catch up to it. Now you can have multiples of them. Right click on the snap tool. Make sure vertex is on. This one I'm going to snap to that corner. And you'll notice, let's go into wireframe. I'm going to snap to there. Snap to there. I want to get this circle pretty accurate. So then when it smoothens, it'll actually smoothen to look like a circle and not like slightly oval or trust me, your eye will pick it up, especially if you've got a perfectly round shape. Okay, but because this one's sitting too close, I'm going to make my little reference bigger to about over there, and then snap it again. So we can have the inside one. Okay, let's go and snap it again. Turn S will snap on and off if you want. Snap, snap, snap. Let's just see what it looks like. Final. Okay. Now we're going to carry on to the top. The rest of the head, all the way through. I don't like triangles, but in a case like this, because it is a triangle, we might be able to get away with one. So let's just go into one. First, let's make sure that these edges, this back end is exactly where it should be at. We snapped it, but you never know. That is perfect. That's all we need to know. Grab this edge over here. Hold shift. We need to make this a triangle. So what we're going to do, start off is click on vert, and you want to weld this one to that one. But not by clicking weld, but using target weld. So start the child. Say, hey child, this is your parent. It'll snap it. Now we just place it. There we go. Because we want this edge curve to follow nicely through. Now because we have a previous mesh underneath, we can actually go to this one and go. I'm going to turn the smooths off so it can easily snap. I'm going to turn all the smooths on this off. We want to snap this to that one, so the panels actually line up. But because this is I'm going to snap it to the bottom one. Let's turn verts on. So I'm going to take this one and make sure snap is on. Turn it on and snap it to the bottom one. Same as this. Turn this one. Don't worry, I'll also snap this one to there. Okay, cool. There we go. Let's bring this up slightly. So we're going to chamfer this. And then I'm going to snap it. This one straight to there again. Because this is a dual line. There we go. Moving along nicely. This is, I will make it look easier, and I'm really sorry, I don't mean to. I am trying to go slow as possible, humanly possible, but sometimes I just okay. Let's continue this all the way through again. Double check in the front if everything's matching, and it is. I'm going to grab this edge, bring it out. This time I'm going to actually bring it straight to the top, because now we're going to continue the curve going this way. So bring this edge up to there, this one to the corner over there. I'm going to cut this panel over there, and then continue this one separately. What I like to do is bring this straight to the end. So I'm going to go there, straight to the center, which is the end of the helmet. So I'm going to press G to bring my grid on, so I can see where the middle is. If you notice, and I let it go now, and we're lacking a little bit of, just a little bit of detail. So we're going to add that detail in. I'm going to add in the detail, first of all, this end of the circle. So that's what actually is my priority right now, is this cutout. So I'm going to connect only once. Make sure it connects once. Make sure I select both of these when I'm doing the verts. I want to snap it to that one. Turn on the snap. Please snap there. We're going to give me snap there. Wow, it does not want to snap. There, we snapped one. Curve is running decently. Now we just can snap the rest. Don't worry about that back project. Break your project down into smaller, easier chunks. That's why I like doing panel by panel. Follow that curve again. Make sure that curve is following. We need to add in 1, 2, 3 rows of detail. So grab the top one, the middle one, and go and connect 1, 2, 3. And now I'm going to snap. Turn your S to snap on, or just go and click it on. And I'm going to snap it. 1, 2. This is why I put the guide in, so I don't have to worry about what is going on. I just mark it. That's going to be relatively flat, which we don't actually want. It's not terrible, but it's not what we want. But let's turn the smooth on and see what it looks like. That's not terrible. It's not terrible. It could be worse. I'm just going to bring some of these points in slightly. So I'm going to go to the front view. Slowly bring them in slightly. It doesn't have to be 100% accurate yet, but it will get. Now we need to round off that back because, as you can see, it's pretty ugly. Grab those, and I'm going to only connect one in this case. Go to my top view, turn on smooth so I can see what it looks like, and then round it off. Just bring it around. Go to your left view, because I'm sure I'll break something in my left view. Go back to the other view. Grab the middle one, just so we can actually get it to the edge it should be. And once again, make sure this curve is round. Move them into place. Everything has got edges, whether you're doing the human being or a robot head, it's still got edges. Okay. Now I just need to add that little bit of a loop. So we're going to add one more row of detail. In this case, I'm just going to try and snap it and like move it along. So I'm going to connect once and slide it until it's about there. Make sure smooth is on so I can see what's going on. And then don't worry about it following perfectly. I can get that edge. Let's just get the shape going. Okay. Same at the top here. Don't worry about the back detail. What we might have to do is just add one row of detail running through, because at the moment it's getting too flat. So just go and click ring. So you can ring all the way through and connect once. Right down the middle. Let's go. Squeeze this a little bit back. Just move them until it gives it a curve. If it gives it in a curve in the low poly, it will generally be have a curve in the high poly. Okay. Don't worry about the height. We're not doing the height. We're just doing the back. As you can see, that's the high part. So don't start getting confused by what you're looking at, because you can easily get confused. And to shape this a little bit better. This is not so great. It's not too bad. Now this will be my final touch on this one. Okay. Actually, we need to extend this piece. So let's go and do that. What I might do in this case, just to save myself headaches, is pop it there and then add an extra piece there. But for now we can go grab. I'm going to snap this to there again. Don't forget to snap. It's not too bad. Don't worry about that edge piece. We can fix that. I'm going to quickly go and grab that. I'm going to create a triangle there again, because I don't think it'll be the end of the world if we do. Connect once. Grab your vert mode, weld this end to there, and leave the rest. So now this will be shifted to there, this will be shifted to, let's move this to position. We can always clean up this triangle if it looks horrible. It's not the end of the world. Actually, we can clean it up right now by 1, 2, 3, 4. Delete that middle. You can't. Okay, we'll leave it for now. Really not the end. Otherwise, we can add in more detail. There we go. Let's unhide all. Okay, that's where I'm going to stop. Let's see what it looks like for now. Let me just quickly add in. I like to add in also template geometry, so I'll grab this spline now that I'm done with it. I'll duplicate this one. Call it ear. Just smoothen it out a little bit to about where it was before, which was 6, and shrink it down to fit into where it should be. And now I'm going to extrude it to give it some thickness. So go into the front view and extrude over there. I'm going to give it more thickness and then just move it into the head a little bit. This is just a stand-in until I can get the final one, convert it to a poly. I'm going to delete the back inside because we don't need the inside one. Even if it's just a temp one, don't waste your time with things you don't need. Bevel and extrude. One controls the actual bevel, one controls the extrude. So let's just put it into place. That's fine. I will never use this for the final one because I can't actually cut out that earpiece properly. I'll show you now. Let's just add the same color to all of it. And so far it doesn't look like a banana, so I think I'm on the right track. Who knows? Just ask yourself, does it look like what you're supposed to be making? If it does and you're on the right track, you go, awesome. I don't have to cry. There we go. That will be roughly your mask for now. There's a lot of issues I see, like I like to have a groove that's a little bit more solid down here, so it doesn't smooth so much. So I would go and say ring, for example. and say add one row of details close to there as possible. So you go connect and slide it along to about over there, so you can get a nice little detail. So you can follow that curve nicely, so that face will follow beautifully through. If anything bugs your eye, just delete it. Really, it's not going to kill you to delete it. It's probably going to cost you more to sit there and stare at it. Just delete it and recreate it. Okay. There we go. We'll finish the rest of the panels next week and then start doing the details the week after. The details is actually the hard part because you have to sit and cut out all the little rivets and holes. But that's a good starting point. Please don't panic.